Well, credit to Oregon. They obviously are a top 5 team in the country for a reason. But I thought, I was really pleased with our first shot defense. I thought we really did a good job responding to pick and roll defense. If we had played that good of a pick and roll defense on Friday night, we would have had a different outcome. Obviously, the challenge that we couldn't meet was the defensive rebounding. And so 25-5 in offensive rebounds and the percentages of misses that we forced the kind of shots and first shot misses that we wanted, that they got second shot opportunities. It was just too much to overcome. Obviously we have the toughest start in the conference, and we have the toughest schedule in terms of the amount of ranked teams and the imbalanced schedule, the way it happens. And our response is, so what, get better. So what? We can't do anything about that. Those are out of our control, but what's in our control is that we have a chance to learn from every experience, to choose a growth mindset even when it hurts, to choose a growth mindset even when it's hard, maybe when you have a doubt come in, maybe when things come, and I'm really confident that this team will. They will respond and they will learn from this experience, and we will be better. I think the one thing we have proven to ourselves is that I believe we are in the upper echelon of this conference. We have grown into being capable, and I think if you were to ask any of the other coaches in our conference, that our level of play has shown that. And now we have to have an unquenchable desire to relentlessly get better and to build on that and to learn about the little inches that maybe cost us a couple games that we could have had, and some of the habits that got exposed against a team like Oregon. I'm very confident in how this team will respond, and I always say, if you don't like your outcome, then you got to change your response. And I have a great deal of confidence that they will change their response and they will get better this next week. Yeah, I don't think there are any such things as moral victories. We don't go, oh, okay, good, we can play with them, But at the same time, mentally over time, I do think it's going from their head to their hearts. Our word for the year from me is expectant. Expect yourself to be there. See it before it happens. Expect what we're going to grow into. I never believe you're born for this. I believe you're built for this. So every day to start practice, on most days we'll say, build it. And we are building what we have already been expectant for in our minds. And so even though we're disappointed, at the same time, I do think we have seen our trajectory go up as the year has gone on. And I think mentally, even though we haven't always gotten rewarded, I think mentally we have grown in our confidence. And so they may not, in victories or moral victories, I don't put a lot of stock in that, but I do put a lot of stock in how we grow in our head and our heart. Yeah. And it was partly Ruthie, but it was so many more than that. And sometimes she got a hand on it. But I think that, in all honesty, we've been relying on Michaela and Laj a lot. And Michaela had a tough night tonight in terms of rebounding on the defensive in the same way. But here's the deal with Oregon, is that a lot of those box outs are long rebounds. So those are not internal rebounds. Those are long guard rebounds that need to get involved. And we talked about long shots, long rebounds. And so I think we have to do a better job of not going, wow, Michaela and Laj are really good rebounders. I mean, we need to collectively become a better rebounding team together. I think we have some elite rebounders on our team, this one right here to my left. But I don't think yet, and we define elite by best version of ourselves, I don't think we are collectively reaching our potential as a rebounding team. And that is on the defensive end, all 5 people every single time thinking about rebounding. On the offensive end, where we got 3 or 4 people crashing. But I don't think it was just a post issue. I think it was a collective issue, especially against a team like Oregon that shoots so many long shots.
I think, like Coach Corey said, we started off not great. We all started off 3-5, and we knew, coming back from the Virgin Islands, that wasn't the way that we wanted to perform for the rest of the season. And it was a little bit of finding our identity, sort of, and finding a way to play together. I think that we've done that since those games. And starting the Pac-12, we've now 2 and whatever. And I think that's just kind of goes to show how much we've worked on learning how to fight together, learning how to compete together. And I think as we put those things together, I think that we can continue to keep doing well in the conference.
Well, it's hard because offensively, they're a harder match for us, just because of how long they are, and especially when they're playing their zone. But even in their player-to-player, they were just sagging off enough, and they're so long that they can contest and make you think as a shooter, especially a smaller guard, can I get this shot off? And at the same time, they're sagging off enough that it makes it hard to get touches for some of our kids inside that we would like to find. So I think offensively, against their zone, we didn't get the ball to the corners the same way that we prepared for, and I think that could have helped us a little bit. But we turned the ball over much more than we normally do that first half. I thought we had opportunities where we were doing a better job. The rebounding really got out of hand the second half, and I thought we didn't reward ourselves with some of those times where we played the good defense and we did get the rebound because we turned it over and had too many empty possessions, and that's not like us. But again, I mean, Oregon State's just not as long, especially on the perimeter, and I didn't think we were able to take advantage of Kennedy Burke's length as much as we have in the past. And we're not a real tall team. We're a little longer when Lindsay can play with her at the 2 guard, but for the most part, that length really bothered us. So, but defensively, I thought we were much better, but offensively, we didn't execute as well as we need to. But it is hard.
I think we just had a lack of focus and a lack of communication. I think that we just had to know we had to get out to shooters, and then we had to end it with a box out. And I think that's where our lack of focus came, is guard rebounding on the box outs on the outside, because those were long rebounds because we were giving up 3s. So I think we just had a lack of focus when we were in zone.
No, it's not. It's not season ending, so I don't think we'll have her with us for the next couple of weeks. But we'll see. I think it's right now. It's day to day, and we'll see what happens. But we don't know for sure. But it's not season ending. It's not that serious. No, it was totally different. That's the frustrating part, and I'm sure that's frustrating for them because it was completely different than it was on Friday night. So, I didn't think shots were hard to come by on Friday. I thought we got the shots we need to start the second half. We scored the first 7 out of 9 possessions, and Oregon State scored the first 7 out of 9 possessions. I didn't feel like we ever got an offensive rhythm tonight, where we were really getting the kinds of shots that we wanted from the people that we wanted and the mismatches that we wanted. And, you're playing, you have to do all those things right if you want to beat a team like Oregon. And, they're so efficient, they are so long, and they shoot it so deep. And then they have a great player in Ruthie inside that, keeps you honest on that end. I think that's the difference between Friday and this game, is that Oregon State has the shooters, but we could establish ourselves inside a little bit better and a little bit easier. Whereas with, Satu and Ruthie and even Aaron Boley and all those players, they come in along the back, it's a lot harder for us to play to our strengths.
Just having the same mindset going into every game, and I just have to be on attack, because when I'm on attack, it makes the team better, and then I find open people and get the people that we want to get the ball to. So I just have to have the same mindset every game.
Yeah, and I think, we need Japrice to be a downhill player. And that's not just her job in the way that we set screens and the way that we run our offense to get her different touches in different situations, that she can become a downhill player. But we've given her, there's one word and one word only we want her to think all the time, and that's attack. Be on the offensive. Get yourself going downhill. Make the defense send 2 to guard you. And that's everyone's job. One of the layups she got was because Michaela posted so hard and shielded the defense so there couldn't be rotation. So that's where teamwork comes in. But I'm really pleased with how Japrice responded in that way. We need her to play that way on a consistent basis, and that makes everybody else better. But that's what we have to – she talked about our identity. I think we're starting to understand, like, okay, I've got to do this to make Japrice great, and Japrice has got to do this to make Michaela great. And now it's building the habits and consistency to play to that identity on a consistent basis. I really believe in what they're willing to build, and I believe in their chemistry and commitment to each other, and I do believe that will pay dividends over time. We'll be, I think we've proven to a lot of people that we're a top half team in this conference, and a top half team in this conference gives you an opportunity to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. Bottom line. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it.